JY's back in the Bentley, bringing you another Ras Clout video. Let's go, fam. So the importance of living below your means, fam. So I like to talk about finances and that. I made a video the other day saying that when times are hard, work hard, and when times are good, work even harder, because you don't know what's around the next corner. And obviously I use the infamous Holborn job as an analogy, and that. And obviously you've heard it 1,000 times, my brother. Or my sister watching this right now. Obviously, when I was working at the Holborn job, I worked every hour underneath the sun, and obviously things were good and that, and I just saved my money where other people, they were planning on going on holidays and that, because everyone was making what? Every man was making and taking home all £1,500–1,600 a week and that, let alone £2 a week like myself. That's take home as well. I was turning over 2,500 and that. A lot of people were planning on going on holiday, man talking about getting this new car and that. I'm like, blood, this job is not a job for life, you know. Like, this is an amazing opportunity. There's man who was like my mum's age, so 49, 50 at the time, talking about he ain't been on a contract like this in 10 years and that. And a certain other man just getting excited, thinking that this is the be all and end all, every contract, and they're going to be on this contract for the next 2–3 years. Every contract's going to be like this. And I'm thinking, blood, you lot are mad, blood. We've only been on this amazing contract with these amazing overtime hours and that for 3 months, and you man are mapping your life around this. So anyway, the importance, so obviously this was 2019 going into 2020, then COVID happened and that, and then obviously it flipped the world upside down and that, and people was running around and that because no one was saving their money. Yeah, this is outside of the construction site and that. People were living life on easy mode and that, and thinking, oh, you know, life is going good and that, I don't need to save, I don't need to work hard and that. Then what happened? It was the calm before the storm. Next thing you know, COVID happened and that. Everyone's panicking, running around. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills and that. Oh, I might not be able to afford my mortgage. I might lose my house and that. People are crying and that. I was calm, fam. I was calm. You know why? Because before that, man saved up like 25 grand. You get me? I was working hard and that, not spending my money and that. And I've always lived below my means. So when times get hard, when you live below your means and that, and prices increase or you're not earning that much money and that, you can cope with the stress of inflation. You can cope with the stress of not having a job, or you're getting your overtime cut, because there's certain people, they need to work overtime in order to keep up with their lifestyle and that. That's not fucking right. You should be working overtime to be able to save more money. First and foremost, yeah, you should be working and able to save. Yeah, so the money that you earn, you should be able to save because you're living below your means. Then on top of that, if you're working overtime and that, you should be able to save double. Yeah, you should be working overtime for your own good benefit and that, not working overtime just to pay the bills, blood. That's crazy. So anyway, you need to live below your means and that, so that when something like inflation happens and the base rate goes up and that, you can keep up with your mortgage. So for example, for me, with my house that I live in, my mortgage is about $450 a month. Now, the base rate has gone up to like 4.25 as of today, yeah? Or right now it's 4.25, and it's the end of March. I think it's the March the 29th today. My product, so my mortgage is gonna renew next year, April, yeah, 2024 April. I don't know what's gonna happen. No one really knows. There's predictions and that, and there's, you know, oh, this might happen and that, but nothing's set in stone and nothing is 100%. Because if people actually knew the future and that, everyone would be fucking millionaires and that, because people will be betting on the lottery and playing and gambling and that. So no one really knows, innit? There's predictions that, oh, it might go down. Some people say, oh, it might rise. It might stay like this for the next 2–3 years and that. Who knows? But I prepared myself that, rah. I mean, I don't even know how much it's gonna be, but you never know. My mortgage might be doubled, you know. So instead of spending $450 a month on my mortgage, blood, I might be spending $900 a month on my mortgage just to live in my own yard. But you know what? I earn so much money and I live below my means, it's not even gonna affect me. It's just gonna be something that I'm looking at like, I'm observing, fuck, I'm paying extra £450 just for the sake of the base rate going up. But it's not gonna break the bank, blood. It's not gonna break the bank. It's not breaking the bank because I live below my means, blood. Like, I'd love to know like how certain people feel like every night before they go to bed, knowing that, blood, I'm in so much debt, I'm running up all these credit cards, I'm using payday loans and that. If one wrong thing happens, how am I gonna cope with the stresses of paying my bills at the end of the month, fam? How do these people sleep at night, blood? I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. So you just gotta be out here saving your money, man. Live below your means, man. If you earn 40 grand a year, live like you earn 25. If you earn 60 grand a year, live like you're earning 35. If you earn 200 grand a year, live like you're earning 100. Money is all a scale, yeah? You got people at the bottom end of the scale and you got people at the top end of the scale. You don't think for 1 minute, people that are worth millions, tens and hundreds of millions and that don't go broke. You hear about all them footballers, NBA players, boxers and that go broke. It's not just poor people or that people on a wage and that go broke. If you do not apply the rule of living below your means, you will always go broke. You could be a millionaire, you could be a billionaire. If you don't live below your means, you will go broke, blood. It's the same fucking thing. There's man that go broke that on 100 grand a year. There's man that go broke that on millions a year. Do you know why? Because they're not living below their means. There's no way you can go broke if you live below your means, unless you're risking and gambling your money and that, which is stupid. Obviously, take good risks and that. Take risk in business and property and that. That's cool, innit? But when you're gambling your money away, obviously you're a fucking idiot. Innit? There's no way you can go broke if you're living below your means. So that's it, man. Like I said in that previous video, when times are good, work hard. Sorry, when times are bad, work hard. And when times are good, work even harder, because it's the calm before the storm. Before you blink, you're in some financial debt and that. There's people right now hoping and praying that their clutch don't go on their car. Because if their clutch on their car goes, what is this person doing, man? If their clutch on their car goes, they ain't even got no money to repair the clutch. If they can't repair the clutch, then they can't even get to work, because their workplace is so awkward. It's like a 3-hour journey by public transport, whereas it might take them an hour to get to work. And if they can't go to work, then they ain't got no money. So now they're down a fucking rabbit hole. And imagine you got a mortgage to pay and all this. I'm not doing it. I'm not setting myself up to fail. I'm not setting myself up for failure, blood. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Just live below your means. When times are good, work hard. When times are hard, work hard. And when times are good, work even harder, man. Because the calm before the storm, you don't know what's around the next corner, yeah? Stay wise. Don't know.